A very good morning, my dear little scientists. Welcome back to the science class. I hope you're taking good care of yourselves. After all, you matter a lot to us. Wait a minute, that reminds me of the fact that everything matters because everything is made up of matter. Yes, children, anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. But what is matter made of? Matter is made of tiny particles. Yes, you are made of particles, I am made of particles, and actually this device on which you are watching this video, it is also made of tiny particles. These particles are so small that you cannot see them, but you can picture them as super small balls packed together to form an object. How an object looks, feels and behaves, it actually depends on the arrangement of these particles. As you already know, matter comes in three states: liquid, solid and gas. Particles in solids are packed so tightly together that they don't move, and they keep you also from moving through them. This is why you cannot run through a brick wall or move your hand through this book. But in a liquid, there is more space between the particles, and this extra room allows them to slide around. That's why you can stick an object into or through a liquid, like dropping a straw into a glass of water or swimming through a swimming pool. And if we talk about gas particles, there is so much space between the constantly moving gas particles that you can easily move around them. In fact, when you walk from one side of the room to the other, you have walked through a bunch of gases that make up air. And while moving my hands like this, I am actually moving them through gases. So now you are clear that there are three states of matter, and all states of matter are composed of tiny particles. So children, now that you are aware that there are three states of matter, I want to ask you a question. Can matter change its state? I mean, if something is a solid, will it always stay a solid? Is a liquid always a liquid? Do gases ever become non-gases? Let's try to find out. Here we have a candle. It's made up of wax. Yes, it's a solid. But when we light the candle, the packed particles loosen up and the wax begins to melt. See, it has changed into liquid. So a solid can become a liquid, and when this liquid cools down, then it again changes its state and becomes a solid from a liquid. Have you ever noticed what happens to your favorite chocolate and even butter if they are kept at room temperature? They start melting. Now let's see what happens to them if they are kept in the refrigerator. Oh wow! Look! The chocolate and the butter, they have solidified. Can you think of a substance that is found in all three states? Well, I am talking about water. It is usually found in liquid state, but it can easily change its form on heating or cooling. You must have observed all three forms of water: ice as solid, water itself as liquid, and steam as gas. Would you like to see it change its state? Let's do an experiment. Keep some water in an ice cube tray and place it inside the freezer. We will check what happens to it after some time. Wow! As you can see children, water, which is a liquid, has changed into ice cubes, and ice cubes, they are solids. Yes, it has changed from liquid to solid after we cooled it. But if we keep these ice cubes in open, then what will happen? Let us check that also. So here we have the changed state of the ice cubes after keeping them at room temperature. Yes children, like you can see, they are melting and changing their state from solid to liquid, and after some time they will change fully into liquid again. You must have observed this process taking place at your home also. So now you have seen that water can change its state from liquid to solid if it is refrigerated, and solid to liquid if it melts. But can it change its state to a gas also? Let us find out. Let us heat water and see what happens to it. Well, you can see it becoming vapor in the form of steam. If you heat a liquid up, its particles will move around so fast that they can't hold on to each other. When that happens, all of the particles fly apart and become a gas, like the steam when you boil water. So a liquid can become a gas, and all of you already know that steam is actually a gas. This process is known as evaporation. So now you know why your wet clothes dry when you hang them on a clothesline in the sun. They dry because of evaporation only. We have seen water turning into ice and ice into water. We have observed water turning into steam as well. But can steam also change into water? Let's find out. Children, all of us know that water turns into steam when we heat it. But what happens to steam when it is cooled down? It changes into water droplets, like you can see here. After exploring the magical world of matter, we learned today that matter can change its state on heating or cooling. Thus, 4 processes occur in the changes of states of matter. The process of changing of a liquid into a solid is called freezing. When water is kept in a freezer, it turns into ice. And when a solid converts into a liquid, it is called melting. Ice kept in a warm place starts melting. The transition of a liquid into vapor is called evaporation or boiling. When water is heated, it modifies into water vapor. And what is condensation? A gas changes into a liquid through a process called condensation. Water vapor on cooling becomes water. I hope you enjoyed today's science class. We shall meet again. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.